sit down.
Thank you, sir.
So as previous class, we have started your portion, that is how do organism reproduce. So we will revise first. After revision, we will continue the process. Okay? So the first question is that what is reproduction? Who will answer?
The biological process in which the organisms reproduce their offspring. They may be clone or their similar one to their parents.
Okay, sit down. So reproduction are of how many types? Two types. What are those? Okay, so in previous class we have already started your portion, that is your asexual reproduction. So as I explained you what you mean by asexual reproduction, and your second question is which type of organism we normally found your asexual reproduction.
The mode of reproduction in which a single parent is only involved, which makes their exact copies of themselves.
Okay.
And, in this mode of reproduction, mostly plants are involved.
Okay, sit down. So the first question he has answered that in asexual reproduction, normally single parents are able to reproduce their offspring. Okay, and because here the two parents are not involving, we term it as the asexual reproduction. So if scientifically we define your asexual reproduction, it is a process in which single parents producing exact copy of them or offspring without formation or fusion of gamete. That we term as the asexual reproduction. In this reproduction, mostly it will be found in primitive organism. That means the organism who are made up of single prokaryotic cell or multiple eukaryotic cell. If I want to know the example of primitive organism, any one or two names? Anyone?
Fungi.
Yes.
Bacteria.
Okay. The primitive, as we know, those are your fungi, bacteria. So in fungi, your best example which we found used in most of the house nowadays to fermentate something, like we form curd, yogurt, idli batter. So what is that? Yeast. And the most okay. 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 So now we will come to different steps which are involved in asexual reproduction. So in asexual reproduction, previously I told it has the first step that we know as the fission, and it is of two types, that is okay. So as the term says here, the binary fission means one organism, it will be divided into two. So in both the process, the simple process is followed, that first, if a organism having a nucleus, this nucleus will first multiply into two, and then when the nucleus are formed two in number, it will be followed by a division of your cytoplasm. Then your one small impression will be found on your plasma membrane and it will be joined later on. After joining, it will form two cells, right? So this process will follow some cell division or it will be done haphazardly? It will followed by some cell division. So which type of cell division? Mitosis, right. So in most of the case, in primitive organism, mitosis cell division, it will be followed to form multiple or two types of offspring, which is found in somatic cell of higher organism. So in higher organism, it is responsible for growth. In primitive organism, it is responsible for increasing its number, which we term as the reproduction. Here, the offspring which is formed, they are exact copy of the parents one. Most of the case, they are similar. In few cases, when the adverse condition came, in those conditions the genetic mutation has done, which will created a variation. Okay. So if I will go for structure of the organelle which will responsible for transfer of gene from parents to offspring, what will be the organelle? Nucleus, right. The nucleus is the organelle which is responsible for transfer of your genetic material from parents to offspring. Then what is the particular structure present inside the nucleus which will carry the gene? DNA, right. So during these stages of reproduction, this DNA has to make the exact copy of itself, that we term as the DNA replication. So all these cases we have already finished, that is your fission which is binary and your multiple fission. Along with that, the second one that we know, that is your budding. As the term says, bud means it is a steady growth at the position of the stem of a plant. So as the in plant, if I will say, it is a small growth which is at the edge of the plant and it will be developed into flower. Later on, when this flower is fertilized, it will develop into a fruit. So when we found some primitive organism, this type of growth we found on the organism at a particular place as a small impression because of the cell division, and later on this part, it will be further mature, and after maturing it will be followed by formation of your tentacles, and it will be cut from the parent's body and it will move in water to live as an independent object or independent organism. But till it will be come to its adult stage, it will get nutrition from the parents. So this type of reproduction we term as the budding. So the today's portion we will come, that is vegetative reproduction, which is a major portion in your asexual reproduction. Right? So first we finished, that is your fission. After fission we will finish your budding, then your spore formation, after spore formation,
fragmentation.
yes, fragmentation and regeneration. So as the term says, vegetative reproduction. If I will draw a diagram of a plant, let it be, okay. So it has stem, yes or no? Stem has its leaf, and above the stem sometimes it has bud, or you have flower, and sometimes it has fruit, okay. So out of all these parts, which parts normally we know as the vegetative part? If I will draw a complete part of your plant, okay, that means this part is your stem, this is your root, right? These are the leaves, your flower and fruit. So out of all this part, which part we term as the vegetative part? Tell me yes or no. Will root is a vegetative part?
Yes,
okay. Stem?
Yes, ma'am.
Leaf?
Yes, ma'am.
Flower?
Yes, ma'am.
Flower? Flower is a reproductive part in the plant, and fruit is the result of reproductive part. We will read in sexual reproduction in your next class about in detail about your flower, its structure, how it will be involved in production of fruit and post fertilization stages. Okay, so as the term says here, if these three are only vegetative part, the development of new plant from this type of vegetative part of a plant is termed as vegetative reproduction. As here, the single parents is responsible for production of offspring, so it is termed as the asexual reproduction. Okay. So if I will define scientifically the term for vegetative reproduction, how we will define it? If I want to make a sentence of vegetative reproduction, how I will define it? The development of new offspring from the vegetative part of a plant is termed as vegetative reproduction. Okay, this vegetative reproduction is the ancient part. In ancient culture of India, we normally use this type of cropping method to get a fruit production quicker than the seed cropping. Because if I will put a seed on a soil, definitely it will take minimum 1 year or 6 months to come to its adult stage, right? So during that time, if some calamity is done, then it may be reach up to that stage. So instead of getting crop quicker, this is the best method. If I will go, what are the significance or advantage of vegetative reproduction? In those cases, it will become first it will give crop production quicker as compared to seed cropping. Okay. Next point, as I said, I am getting a good plant variety in which it has the resistance to weed, means the unwanted plant, and pest means the insect which has the capacity to kill the complete or destroy the complete crop. If I get a good hybrid plant which have the capacity to control the pest control, that means if pest is going to eat them, the pest will die, they can't harm the complete crop. So this type of plant I want from the next generation. If I will go for natural seed cropping method, then it is not possible to get it. To get the similar or same copy of the hybrid plant or pest control, pest resistant plant, we are following the vegetative reproduction. So it will help in good quality plant in next generation. What will be the third? You think it will be the advantage? Any guesses?
It will increase the species.
Increase the?
Ma'am, increase the plant. Number of plant will be increased.
And we can produce different varieties of.
Yeah, in this process, we have some other method that we terms as the grafting. So in grafting, what we did, we take a one variety of plant, take a twig of this, okay, cut it, and after cutting, I will add another variety of plant, and both of them I tie with some polythene cover and moisture it for few days. After some days, I found the roots are coming out of this part. Then I cut it and place it inside the soil. It will develop into a new plant which have both the character, like character of A plant which is pest resistant, character of B plant which has the water reservoir power. So the next generation plant, it has the both the character. So if I will go for example, then we have many money plants. You can see some money plants has only pure green leaf. Next generation, if you tie like that, it has both white and green leaves. So like this, we can get two character in one plant in a small duration. Okay? So actually vegetative reproduction, it is broadly classified into natural and artificial method. Natural means like I will cut the root, like we have potatoes and your ginger. It has small buds in its structure, you can see it. If I will draw the potato, it has holes. So if you will keep it in moisture, you will get a root inside this. So this part if I will cut and place it in a soil, then it will develop into an individual plant. So like this naturally, from a small piece of your potato, carrot and ginger, we can derive the plant. Okay? The same way we derive from stem and leaf. In leaf we have a structure that in the edges of leaf it will develop the buds, and these buds we have to cut and place in soil. Okay, so that will develop into new plant. Normally in childhood we used to keep that leaf in our book to develop the plant, and we said it is the child of the leaf. But nowadays you all are developed a lot, so you should not imagine like that. Bryophyllum is the species which has the capacity to develop the bud from the leaf edges. Okay? If I will go for artificial vegetative reproduction, then it will be first already I explained your grafting, layering, okay, and then root dipping. That means we will drag a stem. If I will tell this is the rose plant, I will take the large stem of a rose plant, forcefully dip it in the soil for few days. Then when we saw that the roots are developed, we will cut from the edge and that stem part we will implant in another soil, so it will develop. So from all this, one special type of group has been developed that we terms as the tissue culture. Tissue culture means, as we know, all the parts of the plant, they first develop into cell. When cell combine together to perform only one work, that we terms tissue. That means your root, stem and all the part of your plant has the tissue. So when this tissue we take from any parts of your plant and artificially in lab we give them a nutrition in a petri plate and develop them into callus. What is a callus? So the next topic is your tissue culture. Okay, so in tissue culture, if I will take an example of your carrot, okay, so I will take very thin slice of the carrot and then place it on a petri dish. Inside a particular environment, we have a tissue culture chamber in tissue culture room, labs. Okay, in them we put some media, that is your nutrition, and put these small pieces of tissue on them. When we give them proper light, moisture and the nutrient media, they will develop into thin mass of cells within 2 to 3 days. And this mass of cells we normally terms as callus. Callus means these are the small mass of cells which are not differentiate into your root, stem and leaves. Okay? This callus we will transfer into your test tube. Those are very big and thick test tube. In them we take the nutrient media along with your hormone. Hormone that we have already studied, that your auxin, gibberellin, all those we add in that, and in them we transfer only one single callus to one test tube. When we keep that in tissue culture chamber for 5 to 7 days, it will develop into small bud. That means like in normal root seed, we will get a normal plant, small plant with your roots. Same way it will develop a small root. And that root will develop into taking away from this and implant on this soil. When it will be implant in this soil, it will develop as a normal plant. This process is completely inside the lab with very specific condition which maintain inside the tissue culture chamber. Okay, and the process is termed as tissue culture. As the term says, here we are taking the tissue of the plant and culture them into a small plant. Okay, understood? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Ask.
carrot and radish. If we use the root part of the carrot and implanted in the radish part, so what will happen?
If we will take a one part of carrot in a radish, we will implant in the radish. Means in culture plate you are telling, or in inside the normal radish you are telling. In cultural plate, petri plate. If we will do like that, in those case it may be possible it will be combined and form a combined callus, because here they can't differentiate into radish and your carrot. If it will supportive, it will develop into a combined callus, which will develop into a hybrid plant which have both the character. Okay, like that many hybrid plants we are developing. Sit down. Up to this tissue culture, vegetative reproduction, spore formation, all the portion, everybody clear? So we will once again summarize and then you write down your homework. Okay? Everybody clear? Anybody have any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Write down 2 questions. Summary is that, first write down your homework, then I will summarize. Your homework is, what is the importance of, or what is the advantage of vegetative reproduction? What is the advantage of vegetative reproduction? Agya. Your second question is differentiate between fragmentation and regeneration. Okay, these are the 2 questions. You write it down today. Go through the complete vegetative portion up to your tissue culture. Your page number is 131 and 132. Okay, so we will summarize now. So today's portion is vegetative reproduction. Vegetative reproduction defines as the development of offspring from the vegetative part of the plant. It is of 2 types, artificial and natural. In natural case, from the natural part of the plants like your potato, ginger, radish, from this, when we keep it in a proper condition like your moist soil, sunlight, it will develop into individual offspring. That we term as the vegetative reproduction. In case of artificial case, that means forcefully from vegetative part we will develop into a normal individual like your wrapping. So in case of wrapping, we have to take a complete stem, keep it inside and wrap it with the polythene cover to develop into roots inside that. When roots are developed, we have to implant it in the soil. It will develop into a new plant. After this, we have to go for grafting. So in grafting, as I told, 2 different plants of different character but belong to same species, we can combine it and then wrap it with something which is or means moisture can absorb through this. In that condition, it will be develop the roots and the complete plant we have to transfer to other part. Okay. Next, sometimes we will take the forceful stem, place it inside the soil, it will develop root and we cut it from that part and we will place it in the other part. So in all this, if you will go for the example, your sugarcane, banana, rose, your jasmine, all these are common plants which we can go for vegetative reproduction. The last one is your phylum. It is the leaf part of your vegetative reproduction. At the edges of the leaf, it will develop the buds. The individual buds, when we place on the soil, it will develop as the plant. Right? After that, if these experiments are success, we will develop a science which is deal with the development of your plant. That we term as the tissue culture. In this, we take the small tissues from the plant and in the lab, in a tissue culture room, we give all the facilities which are there once naturally, like optimum amount of your moisture, optimum temperature and your sunlight, which will lead to development of your small bud that will be we implant on this soil, which will develop into your individual plant, and that we term as the tissue culture. In this, we need few things like the matured and the good quality of tissue which will develop into your callus and your bud, and the second thing, we need a tissue culture room which will maintain all the conditions required for the plant. Third, we need hormones and nutrient media which will provide nutrition to the callus to develop into a small plant, up to which we can't implant them up to soil. Okay? So I thought it will be okay. You go through it. Any doubt we will discuss tomorrow. Thank you.